He has arrived, the magnificent Prince of Light. Caught in the dream, the people scoffed, did spells in the dark, and stalked. However, as they watched God's chosen and set traps, this glorious Elohim hovered over their heads taking notes for the appropriate time. Even Paul was wary of writing about this prince, as he is a riddle, linking the Ancient of Days, to Yeshua the Messiah, to the chosen seeds of this long foretold time. Beginning in Genesis 14, Melchizedek foretold the coming of Christ as he gave bread and wine to Abraham. The mystery was then more fully revealed to King David, who wrote this of the coming Messiah. The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind, you are a priest forever, in the order of Melchizedek. For it was Yeshua, who was the first to be born of an earthly mother and selected into the order of Melchizedek. It differs from the Levitical priesthood as it transcends the earthly realm of altars, animal sacrifice, and bloodline succession, but is instead one of direct connection and petition of the Most High. Instead of being chosen by earthly people after doing earthly things, the order of Melchizedek was established for those who are living sacrifices. Souls who, in the face of tremendous suffering and evil, hold tightly onto God's robe, and are lifted by him, into eternal blessings. During the days of Jesus' life on earth, he offered up prayers and petitions with fervent cries and tears to the one who could save him from death, and he was heard because of his reverent submission. Son though he was, he learned obedience from what he suffered and, once made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him, and was designated by God to be high priest in the order of Melchizedek. When inducted into the order of Melchizedek, you are transformed into a spiritual censer, for God, as the Holy Spirit in you draws the darkness, or light, out from others. Yeshua, a high priest of this order in this life and in the eternal realms hereafter, lived such a life, and his judgment was thus. This is the verdict: light has come into the world, but people loved darkness instead of light, because their deeds were evil. Through the Messiah's living sacrifice, the path to Melchizedek's divine priesthood was laid out for all to walk. This pathway is narrow, as in the worldly sense it is one of sorrow and hardship. However, it was clear from the words of Isaiah the prophet, that God would pick as his servants those who are rejected by the world. He grew up before him like a tender shoot, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him, nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering, and familiar with pain. Like one from whom people hide their faces, he was despised, and we held him in low esteem. Beloved, I now reveal the final part of this mystery. In the unearthed Dead Sea Scrolls, we learn that there is an ancient prophecy surrounding Melchizedek. It tells us that when the harvest is ripe, he will descend through his human vessels, to separate the wheat from the chaff. He will then lead a direct assault against those determined to be of the seed of Satan. It is thus Melchizedek and those of his order which assess the spirit of each soul at the end of this age. When this work is complete, the Most High will release the Elohim of war to destroy the beast system, in preparation for the reign of Christ.